Hey, what is up, guys? It's Gilty here, and welcome back to Dead by Daylight. How y'all doing today on this marvelous? Oh no, that's not Monday. Why does it feel like Monday? Oh, because I went to work yesterday. Today feels like Monday, and I don't know why. But it's not Monday, it's Wednesday. Wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Hope y'all are doing well. I know I am. With that being said, we are testing out a few things in the Dead by Daylight PTB. I'm excited for this one. This is actually a pretty significant update to Dead by Daylight. I'll be honest, I've been kind of away from Dead by Daylight in a hot minute. Have not played a lot, if any, since last time I did on stream, I think. And honestly, I've been happier for it. I've really been enjoying Final Fantasy, but I could not give up the chance to test out these new updates in real time. So I am mighty excited as we got some Survivor updates, we got some Killer updates. Honestly, the biggest banger of them all is what I'm going to show you here today. And we are jumping into solo queue of all things, which in today's meta is kind of like shooting yourself in the foot. However, it used to be, as now with the UI update, we can better tell what survivors are doing without voice communications. And that is a huge boon to all of you survivor mains out there that are solo queuing up, don't have enough friends to play with a full Swift, even have just one random. It goes such a long way to solving or bridging one of the power differentials between Swift and solo queue. And so I'm really excited to test it out here today, as we're actually going to be going to area crows as well, which has gotten a little bit of an update too, making it a little bit more even between killer and survivor. You can actually see next to our portraits. That's a nurse. All right, you can see next to our survivor portraits when we're sitting on gens. Huh. Wow, there's nothing back here. It's the freaking 4-blink nurse! Run! Yeah, nurse also got an update. I'm lithing away. Goodbye, nurse. Is she off me? I feel like she's not off me. So yeah, this is a huge change to Area of Crows. I actually love this. This reminds me of almost the layout of Cold Tower. It's so much smaller than it was before. But I'll be honest, I had to kind of figure out where the hell I was. That's pretty awesome. But you can see, we see 2 survivors on generators. You could see that I was healing. You could see that I was in chase with the new entity markers. Honestly, these new UI changes are absolutely insane and are so good. You can see right now, Claudia is down, and we can see actually how far along she's recovering. On top of which, a new indicator showing when survivors are picked up by the killer. Honestly, these are kind of huge. I am here for this. Honestly, this is a home run as far as I'm concerned in regards to behavior. They went above and beyond on this update. We can see, for example, Dwight right now, touching bones for some reason. Why? I simply wouldn't be able to tell you. So, on one hand, does this solve solo queue at its core? Yes and no, right? On one hand, we're now able to see what other survivors are doing. We can see when David here is now in chase. Actually, David and Claudette, but now specifically David's now in chase. We can see when survivors aren't really being efficient. and kind of get a little bit of information here there via context clues. Now we see that David is no longer, or David's still in chase. Claudette is now being healed by me. I'm healing Claudette. Dwight is now in a gen. It gives you so much good information to work with, realistically speaking. So we see now 3 out of the 4 on gens. We haven't seen Scourge Hook. I do want to try and get Deli up. You see her over there. All right, let's go for David. Dwight did get off a gen, so I do fear that he might be going for this unhook, which would mean that I am not going to get Deli off in time. So I'm hoping to beat him over here. So thankfully we were able to. That will get Deli done. So now we have that as a second chance perk. We see that once Survivor's injured, let's finish off the heal. Woo-hoo-hoo! That life saving us right there. Come on, nurse me girl. Follow the Felix. So this is a 4, if not more, blink nurse, which is absolutely terrifying, by the way. We will be checking that out as well later. Hi, nurse. How you doing, me girl? It was bound to happen at some point. I couldn't help it. Claudette, not on gens though, a little bit worried about that. So new wiggle bar as well. So similar to what it was before, but now on great skill checks, it no longer, Claudie girl, how you doing girl? It no longer decreases the amount of time, or rather gives you time back, so per se. Oh, we could have delied, but Dwight's right here. If she comes back for me, we can just deli off. That's fine. Does she come back for me, though? Nope, she goes for Dwight. I was kind of hoping that she would go for me. Okay, at least that'll save him a little bit of time. Also, new music for the nurse as well, kind of sick. Making it a little bit more unique. Dwight, though, does end up going down. Less than ideal there, I will admit. Oh, this one's already done. I don't know where David went. Shoot. Well, she has no business going over here into Shack now that this is done. Unless she has barbecue, in which case I'm a little bit SOL. So I will note that mending is considered healing. So it's the same icon. So I'm gonna imagine that they're not gonna be around the hook. Only David right now is on gens, which could be a little bit scary if Claude goes down. She does. David off of gens. We can grab Dwight. I will attempt to heal you, though I'm a bit scared of the timing. David back on that gen over there. We see highlighted in yellow. That's probably last mine, what have you. They found David. So now we can get healed by Dwight. David, we see now David's in chase. Claudette's on hook. Dwight is healing me. So we actually have a ton of information at our disposal at all times. Now, of course, we're playing against Nurse, so how much we can do with that information? To be determined, of course, as we're gonna need to get Claudette soon. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Bit scary, but we'll make it work. Unfortunate, but the biggest thing is Claudette there just... You cheeky boy, you! Okay, that was pretty sick, Dwight. That was pretty sick. She's here. So that was... Oh, you don't get that, David. You don't get that, bud. Don't attempt it. Don't attempt it. You're gonna go down for it. No, David! And no one's on Jen, so this game's practically over. So what was that? I don't have Soul Guard, right? I don't have Soul Guard. They used for the people. They gave me an endurance stats effect, which means that is... We're gonna live forever? Is that right? Alright, eyes need to leave. I'm actually gonna run towards, not away. The freaking 4-blink nurse is terrifying, mate. The 4-blink nurse is utterly terrifying to me. It just harkens back to the OG Omega Blink back in the day. And I'm not sure if I'm happy or upset about it, but either ways, for the nurses that can pull off those add-on combinations, all the power to you. Oh, I tried my best, Whitey boy. I think I'd die here. She gets rid of the boon first. We do have Unbreakable, mind you, but we do die. Whitey boy, don't do it. It's not gonna work. I can't make it go any faster. I just make her wiggle more. Yeah, kind of hitting grates is a little bit useless. Kind of like Boil Over, where it makes you sway a bit further to the left and the right, but that's about it. Honestly, that was a lot of fun. We're going to be playing against a lot of Nurse, I feel, as we do see Nurse got a full-on add-on overhaul. On top of that, though, she also got it to where her Blink Strikes are finally considered M2 or special attacks, so they can no longer apply status effects like Sloppy Butcher. So honestly, that is really great. I'm very happy about that. It's something that I've said time and time again they need to do. We implemented in COTF as well. So I think that overall is a significant nerf to Nurse. I mean, it's endgame, 2 people left, 2 gens left. They're not gonna get it done against a Nurse. We see Dwight on a chest, Claude trying to get this next gen done. We had so much time where gens just were not going. Yep, there's the Nurse and there's the Claude. I actually really like those Entity. I kind of do wish that maybe they changed like the Obsession ones a little bit. Dead Hard, the Dead Dab. I kind of wish they changed it a little bit so that way it's a little bit more evident between Chase and Obsession, but I understand where they're going with this. Hello? Oh, don't tell me you're gonna slug for the 4K during a PTB? What? Yeah, I was about to say, at that point, just DC. That, maybe they couldn't pick them up because they were DCing, but if they were really slugging for the 4K during a PTB, come on now. Ain't no need for that. I mean, there's no, honestly, in my opinion, it's kind of silly to slug for the 4K in general, just miserable for everyone involved, but that is just my own personal opinion. Dwight trying to find the hatch, does find it. Does Nurse get there before he does? Do not tempt fate there, Dwighty boy. But that being said, GG well played to these survivors and the Nurse. Also, real quick. Did they change the font for post-game? Or am I crazy? Okay, cool. I was looking at that and going, am I crazy? Have I just not played DBD in a hot minute? Did they change the font? It's actually, it's a bit easier for me to read. For those who don't know, and I've kind of mentioned it here and there, I have dyslexia. And for that, reading can sometimes be really difficult, but with the like black outlines, it makes it a little bit easier. It pops a little bit more, and that's what my eye caught and went, oh, what's going on here? But we saw a lot of cool stuff there. We saw new Eerie Crows. We saw the new Survivor HUD update. I want to make sure of something. Was that We're Gonna Live Forever? Was that what that was? I haven't seen that used effectively in a hot minute. I want to say that was We're Gonna Live Forever, where they got a token and gave me a endurance stat. That was a slick move by the Dwight. I appreciate that. That was real slick. But we have a lot to cover today, so before we go too much further, I do want to now jump into a little bit of Killer, where we are going to be checking out the nurse real quick. I think we continue to use our normal build. I don't see why we wouldn't. As far as add-ons, though, there's a lot for us to choose from, and we might also want to check out the Omega Blink Nurse, as we're seeing a lot of people use Torn Bookmark, and I believe what we're also seeing, after reappearing from a fully charged blink, the nurse immediately blinks at full charge in the direction she's currently facing. It only works out if the nurse has a remaining blink charge. I think it's Jennifer's last breath. Once the nurse has exhausted all of her blinks, allows the nurse to immediately blink back to her original position by pressing the activate ability button. Must be triggered before the nurse succumbs to fatigue. After returning to original positions, all blink charges are restored. So, what this means, right, is normally we have 2, with Torn Bookmark we have 3, now with Last Breath, we then teleport back, and then we got another 3. It's a 7-charge nurse, basically, and that's what we were seeing in that last game, which is kind of nutty. Honestly, I'm here for it, though. I'm wicked excited by that prospect. Unfortunately, I don't have any Eerie of Crows map offerings. I'm a little bit disappointed about that. While we're loading in, going to run a quick ad. Don't want you guys miss a single moment of the nurse gameplay. So for those who are not subscribed, you will be getting a quick minute 30-second ad. For those who are, of course, we'll just be chatting in the pre-game lobby. With that being said, we'll be back in just a bit. I'm excited for this. We have not had a 7-8 blink nurse since Omega Blink back in the day. This is gonna be really nutty. Keep in mind that I think there's also I think that this add-on is right now being seen as, oh, you can blink X number of times. I think also a big part of this is just the fact you get all your blinks back. Like, if you box a survivor out and your original starting position was in an advantageous point after you get your initial hit after 2-tapping, having those additional blinks allows you to immediately start blinking in, or if you know that you're not within distance or striking range, just being able to recharge, fatigue, and then continue is kind of nutty. But we'll go with the 7-blink nurse just to see how nutty this is. And then we'll also try out some other add-ons, take a look at some other things. The main ones to look at, honestly, are these. The recharge add-ons, the range add-ons pretty much got neutered entirely. On top of which, what else is there? Recharge, range, pretty much done and dusted. Fatigue got nerfed as well. She does now have a mangled add-on, which is actually pretty significant for the exact reason I think. Now that she can't apply Sloppy Butcher by hitting, that mangled add-on's actually pretty good. I am of the personal opinion that every killer should have a mangled add-on. But we are on the good old ARP with a 7-blink nurse. Let's see what we can do. We do need to be a little bit more mindful of our blinks. Oh, I love that noise notification telling us now when our charges are full. That's actually really nice. Doing a good job there. We do see this one over here, though. Good stun, honestly. Yeah, we'll break. There's no reason for us not to. Was that a new sound of the disintegrating pallets? You got a good hit there. I'm all ears. I was a little bit too aggressive there. Like I said, I've not played DVD in a hot minute, so honestly playing Nurse has kind of thrown me into the fire. Alright, let's go for you. Dead hard, like it. I still hate that perk of a freaking passion, but here we are. Yeah, I mean, these survivors playing pretty well. I mean, everyone's probably using the Nurse right now in 7 Blink. Honestly, I'm just having fun with this. I'm not caring about 4K or anything, just kind of seeing what we can do. Yeah, so there we get our fatigue out, but we have all of our blinks ready and raring to go. Yeah, so that, I think that is part of the power of this add-on here, right? Is the fact that we can theoretically just recharge by giving up a little bit of distance, but there might be some value in that overall. And actually possibly why you don't want to use it with the bookmark. This here is a Nia. Let us recharge. Try to get there. I swear to God, some of the SFX have definitely changed. Gonna walk menacingly at her. She dead-hearted, but I lost sight of her there. No dead hard for you this time, friendo. Let's get another Scourge Hook, if at all possible. Maybe thought about body blocking, but wasn't able to get in front. Zeke Rose over here, as well as I'm all ears activating, interestingly enough. You okay there, Vit? Is this a bot in disguise? Wait, actually, thinking about that for a moment, is this actually a bot? Because doesn't a private survivor normally have a number next to them, or am I crazy? Alright, now we're getting somewhere with the Nurse, kind of falling back into our better habits. Good hit there. And a little bit of info from I'm All Ears. We love that. No. We did see that little bit of extra kick there kind of kick in, for lack of a better term. Back up you go. Now, I could have sworn that I saw someone right here. Maybe that's just me seeing things. What? Honestly, did not even realize they attempted to locker tech me there. Perfect. Now things are going a little bit more in my favor. Now, if we only charge 2. No, it has to be that third. We have to have all 3. Need to be fully charged. Interesting. I was hoping that maybe we could work that way, have that third blink. I mean, we're just gonna walk at you menacingly. Just gonna walk at you menacingly, my dear. Alright, let's... There are no real scourge tricks around. Mia, was that your intention all along? Just want to rob me of my scourging and hooks? I like my scourging and hooks, thank you very much. Hi, friend. I will say with this, you can kinda proxy camp really hard. So that is one thing I'm not entirely thrilled about with this new add-on. Yeah, it allows you to just kind of do a little bit of recon. Like, if you just kind of go here instead, fatigue out. Then recharge and fatigue. Honestly, that's kind of powerful. You're able to make a lot of distance there. I want you to know that nothing against you, friend. This has to be a bot. There's no way that this isn't, right? Good stuff. Let's get a hit on you then, friends. Nice job. Too bad you go immediately back down. No, no. No, no. Bad Claudie girl. Dwight, go on hook now. Really? I didn't think she had enough distance there, not to mention I didn't hear at all. Oof. Blame me, boy? Yeah, I can't hear them. I'm not sure if maybe my volume's just a bit lower than normal because I've been playing Final Fantasy or what. Yeah, I actually might have to check my mixer because there's a very real possibility of that being the case. Because I just could not hear their grunts of pain as loud as normal. No one over there. No one over there. Yeah, like I said, you can proxy camp really hard with this add-on. Perfect. Yeah, I definitely heard footsteps that time around. Perfect. And I want to say the Vit does not have a flashlight unless he's pulling out his freaking back pocket. Honestly, these UI updates have been awesome. Yo, what's up, Liquid? How you doing today, bud? Hopefully you are doing well. Alright, let's bring you over to this Scourge and Hook. Still playing God of War, very nice. You enjoying it through and through? Up you go, Neami girl. Now we did hear Dwight over there. We do see that a crow went off. I played the new night. When you say the new night, are you talking about the updated night for the PTB? I started a new game to get better gear. So I have not played the PTB night just yet. Honestly, it's probably gonna be the next thing that we do. We played a match of Solo Survivor to kind of see what that was like with the new UI update. Now, of course, playing 7 Blink Nurse. This has to be a bot, right? I'm not insane for thinking this. That they have a bot in the game. Like, it wouldn't be the... I have to ask him post-game if they're a bot. I have to. Like, I'm so sorry if this is actually a person, but I have to ask if you are a bot. Like, their behaviors and actions are just so odd. Yeah, so I think, honestly, a lot of people have been using all, like, 7 blinks tied together, and though you can do that, I think the real power of this is the fact that you can scout out with Nurse, which is kind of nutty. But GG, well played to these survivors. Pippin? That's not okay. I need to be toxic. Apparently. I'm dying on the hook. It's not the issue. No, it's just people have like misplaced anger. I'll just leave it at that. Just say GG and move. Look up on next match. Yes, can you just... I guess they're saying kill yourself next time? Ah, I see now. The sensor did not paint you in a good light. That being said... Yeah, the sensor did them no favors. At the same time, there wasn't exactly a lot of time between the time that I hooked Dwight and I found Vit. I will say that. So a little bit of misguided anger there, I will say, but not the biggest deal. Or at least, maybe not anger, maybe misguided criticism is the best way to position that. All right, so we're gonna try out the new Knight. I'm still thinking that the way to play Knight is really centered around the Jailer, Deadman switch, and Call of Brine. So we're gonna try it out with my normal build on the Knight to see how this works. We're going to go to Eerie Crows. I want to see what it's like played as a killer. So excited for that as well. Match found. Oh, that's so cool. So it says match found. It gives you a lot more information. Overall, the small little quality of life updates actually really, really good. I am here for it. So it looks like we are waiting for one more. And looks like they no longer have like, I guess, Well, I guess this is just showing the survivors' names, but I guess with the VIT, it didn't have the numbers, so maybe it's just their Steam name. I guess which would make sense. Instead of anonymous node, they just had their VIT's name as Steam name. Hex offender. See what you did there, Ada. I see what you did there. Took me a split second, then I was like, I understand. All right. So the biggest changes for the knight. So as we saw the nurse, at least with some of the major updates. Some other add-ons that the nurse now has available to her is when you get a hit on a survivor off a blink strike, you become undetectable. Kind of cute, actually. Obviously, we saw a 7 blink nurse with the bookmark plus the last breath. Utterly insane that a mega blink is back, but I think honestly the way to use it is actually as a scouting tool more than anything. You get 3 blinks, 32, what is that, like 44 meters of distance, and then you double back, so you move like 88 meters, I'm pretty sure, with the 7 blink, which is kind of nutty. You also have add-ons that give her the mangle stats effect on M2s now, or blink strikes, which I think is good. I think that, honestly, like I said, should be an add-on on every killer. If their special attack lands, the survivors become mangled. It's a simple add-on. I think every one of them should, in some capacity, have it. On top of that, there's some other odds and ends. Like I said, range, completely gutted. Recharge, completely gutted. Fatigue reduction, nerfed. So some things like that. The knight, though, some kind of interesting and nuanced things, and we'll see if we see it throughout this match. I'm doubtful that we will necessarily, but also trying to navigate the new area crows is going to be interesting. I don't know what the spawn locations look like. I want to say they may have spawned behind main, but can't seem to see them. Crows over here, so it looks like they may have went this way then. Everything is in like a little bit of a different position. I love that. All right, let's get the hit on the Nancy. And then I think we're going to leave her there. I'm gonna kick. We're gonna leave the Carnifex. It's not the Jailer, which is a little bit unfortunate. We don't get our haste. But we are going to protect that Call of Brine for a little bit. 2 survivors here, including Nancy. We love that. Let's hit the Fang. That gen isn't really well far along, so I'm fine kind of leaving that be. And I think we get that down before they get to the window. Pretty sure that was a dead hard. It looks like they're back over at that gen. Sorry, friend. Not sorry. What we are going to do, though, we're going to walk away from Fang and try and get within distance of this generator here. We get a haste status effect now. Looks like Ada is also injured, or is also here. Let's see if the assassin's going to get them. Doesn't look like it. It's going for a 1-2. It did not work the way I wanted. Honestly, that haste, not a bad thing. It's pretty minimal in the grand scheme of things, but still. Oh, that disintegration sound effect's really nice. There's Ada. And that should be our down. Am I crazy? Like, she turned around, I thought she dead-hearted, and we just kind of lost track of her. There we go. Up you go, Ada, me girl. My friends, I'm staring into a wall. You can't save her that way. And up you go. Dead man switch activates, so we know what gen they're working on. Might as well hit this with Call of Brine, though I don't think we sent a Jailer. Yo, what's up, Shelby? How you doing? Have you seen 7 Blink Nurse yet? I already know what add-on's being banned, by the way. I am well aware of what add-on is being banned. I think Last Breath needs to be banned. Wow, that's a lot of gens that you guys have working, don't you? Thankfully, Deadman Switch will be over here in a second. Let's leave the jailer. Get a bit of haste. Go back over here. Kick this gen too. And then let's go over here. Jailer should be up for a little bit longer. Yeah, I already tried 7-Blink Nurse, and it's actually pretty strong, but not for the reasons I think most people are thinking. I was so hoping I could get the grab there. I think the biggest thing about 7-Blink, or even just 5-Blink Nurse, is the sheer fact that you can kind of do recon with it. Let's push you off that with the Carney. Yo, what's up, Kildo? How you doing today, friend? Also, did a little bit of solo queue as well. The UI updates are actually really, really good. Behavior did a really good job of this. See you, Fang, my dear. Let's go out and get you. Not too bad. Having a good time here with the DVD PTB. Fang kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Do you have a dead hard friend? Yes, you do. Why wouldn't you? Friend, I need you to not. Alright, let's bring it over to this hook real quick like. Deadman Switch will reactivate. What gen did they finish? I'm actually not even certain. Oh, the one in main. Okay, that's fine. Deadman Switch activates over here. Deadman Switch activates over there. Is it update just for killer? No, actually a lot of significant updates, from a UI overhaul to some updates to the knight and the nurse, as well as a few other odds and ends. Even what I would argue is accessibility friendly, or a bit of an accessibility update. Also an updated Eerie Crows, which is pretty significant, which we are seeing here. Eerie Crows a lot smaller. Actually, Shelby, I want... Shelby, you still here by chance? If so, I have a request for you. Do you want to pull the server and see if they want new Eerie of Crows in comp? It's actually pretty good. They did a decent job of balancing, I would argue. Like, it feels almost like Cold Tower. Yeah, so, no, Eerie Crows was actually really big, and that was one of the big issues with it, was just the fact that it was very rectangular, very long, and so it could take you a very long time to actually get around from one side to the other. But now that's not exactly an issue, and so as a survivor, it feels good. As a killer, it also feels good. So I'm actually really happy with this map update. It's a shame it took them, like, I think close to a year to get it, but honestly, pretty happy with it. So I am very much down seeing Eerie Crows in comp potentially. Oh, Nancy! Come here, me girl. I was trying to get in front of her to get a body block in. I also have to get the hit here. I was really hoping for a 2-tap. It ain't happening though, not with the Karn, even with that long duration of hunt. But I don't think she has anything here. Unless she has a dead heart. There's the dead heart, of course. Now if they attempt a flashlight save, they're gonna be hit by the assassin. I mean, that's always the case, right? From a competitive sense, I always try and be objective as far as the maps are concerned. This actually feels really good. They shrunk it down to a decent enough size to where I don't feel like I have to take the entire, entire gen's worth of time to get from point A to point B. All right, Deadman Switch did go up, meaning that they are around. However, can't seem to find them. Okay, let's kick it. Thank you. Leave the Jailer of Call Brian on there, so that's going to be regressing, ideally for the next 24 seconds, give or take. We get our haste stas effect as well, but I still think it's probably one of the better ways to utilize the Knight. As here, Feng Min! Why, yes I do. Oh, that was sad. That was sad, Feng Min. Can't use it being broken, friend. That ain't how it works. That ain't how it works. I'm not sure which one I was chasing, to be honest. I think it was this one. Oh, Feng Min. Where you going, Bunny Foo-Foo? It's time for you to die. Sound effects guarding, just in case there's a flashlight user around. Let's check this gen over here. We kind of have a bit of a messy 2-2 split. It's not like the end of the world, but it's not great either. I get a bit of haste stas effect there since we had a decently long trail. You see Deadman Switch there, probably going for the unhook. Let's check Shack. Decent amount of progress here. Deadman Switch on and off. We're going to kick it as well as leave a guard and go back to this gen. Where'd you go? There's the Ada, trying to hide behind a tree. I knew she had to be around here somewhere. Oh, please. I was about to say if the guard can get her, that would be fantastic. But I don't think it is going to happen. Nancy out of nowhere. Oh, did it too quick. All right, let's try and go for Ada. We also see another injured survivor here. That's a Feng Min. Ada with the vault. But not a lot of space to work with here. Though I do fear that the Nancy will probably finish the Shack gen. More likely than not. Goes back. And we kind of boxed her out. Let's get her down. Face a rock. And let's get Ada up on hook for the final time. Ah, there we go. So that was good on them. Exegates are really well split for them, though, I do want to point out. I think we might be able to pull something off here if we do this. We got a little bit of haste stat there. You see the Feng Min. No one else here. Exegate not up. And we do see Nancy Feng Min there. No touchy! I know better than to leave you guys alone with an Exegate. They're moving really far out from the Exegates too, which is huge for us. We might be able to slug out one Feng Min and go for the other. Good attempt at a fake. Love it. got that one down. Let's see if this exit gate's open. If not, we might be able to get this Fangman as well. It is, so we're gonna leave him. Nancy, though, could try and set up for a flashlight save. Let's take a look. Leave a guard. Does not look like Nancy's here, and I believe we should be good to go. Honestly, a really fun match. I really like the new Ear of Crows. It feels good as a killer. And as far as Knight's concerned, we still play him in a very unique defensive way in comparison to your average Knight, I would say. Though that little bit of speed boost when sending out the patrol path a decent distance is not bad. You can interrupt gens a bit more efficiently. You can interrupt healing. Honestly, some really good changes there for Knight. Doesn't push him the extra mile. No, not really. But it definitely does give him a little bit of an oomph. Let's take a look and see if they are live. As always, we are here to support other Dead by Daylight content creators. Wilted Alex. Wilted Alex is in fact live. Let's give him a GG well played, as well as drop a follow. GG well played, friend. Always here to support other DBD content. They've been good. Hope your games have been good too. So far, so good. So far, so good. All right. Hope that you have a great night/stream. Use bookmark and Jennifer. It's a bit nutty. Seems like a really chill dude. If you guys haven't already, definitely make sure to stop on by and say hi. Was watching Alex's Pug Night gameplay. Thank you, I appreciate that. Sorry I did not see you guys earlier. Was chatting with Alex there, as you could probably hear. But thank you much for stopping by and say hi, GG's. I am Mark, aka Guildspire. I'm an educational streamer. You can teach girls how to play Killer and survivors how to play against Killer, as well as other games like Magic Gathering Arena and soon to be Final Fantasy XIV, as we are learning a ton about that as well, as my Static and I are playing through it. If you guys haven't already, definitely make sure to head on by and say hi to Alex. Shout out. How was it? Is it shout out? Yep, shout out and then username. Wilted Alex. Alex. There we go. Yeah, no, really chill person, really fun personality too. Also, so great news and bad news. You guys might see that I'm wearing a new sweater. Love it to death. It is really fine. It's a really, really nice fabric. It's cashmere, so I have to get this freaking dry cleaned. And Wilton Alex, thank you much for the follow. Welcome to the Guilty Ones, my friend. I'm not sure if you heard my intro earlier, but I appreciate the follow. Dry clean is the worst. It's such a nice sweater. So this is a cashmere turtleneck sweater, and I am like all for it. And like I was saying, Shelby, it's hard to see in this because I have the exposure down as well, but it's even a darker red. Butter loves the sweater. He does for some reason. I don't know why. He was like shoving his face into the sweater. He's being a freaking weirdo is what he was. Yo, Marcus, how you doing today, friend? Long time no see. How have you been? What have you been up to? Cats love cashmere too. I think it's a cat thing. I guess so. Like I said, he was like shoving his face straight into it. But yeah, I need to find a good dry cleaner around because I looked at it and went, ah, shoot, I can't wash this myself. Otherwise, I'm gonna ruin it. And I really do love it. It's such a nice feeling fabric. Okay, so real quick, before I get too off track and we lose a ton of time, we have now tried Survivor Solo Queue. We have tried out the new nurse and her add-ons, and a bit of the night as well. I feel like the night changes are so minor, but they can kind of lead up to a bit of significance. Nurse, pretty cool. I kind of want to try her again, actually. So let's go with nurse again, maybe do another solo queue round. But real quick, I am going to run a quick ad before we load in, just for the fact that we are going to have an ad anyways in about 3 minutes. But real quick, before I go and read Marcus's message, at a trip to the hospital in November for an allergic reaction is a combo of some meds been taking and acted up in food. Oh, that's hard. That's really tough to hear. I'm sorry to hear that, Marcus. Hopefully the hospital visit was not long. Hopefully you are fully recovered and feeling better. And I guess at least now you know what you're allergic to. So good news there, I do suppose. Before we jump in as well, though, I do want to figure out what my second add-on is going to be. So we have Jennifer's Last Breath. We want to use all of our blinks. Now, I'm actually kind of curious on something. Decreases extra from fatigue from chain blink. I think if you use Jennifer's Last Breath, Catatonic Boy's Treasure might be the way to go. So let's use that and see what's up there. But we're gonna run a quick minute and 30-second ad, so if all of you who do not have a sub, don't worry, it's only a short ad and does support us here today. For those, of course, who do, you won't really miss much at all, and actually no one will miss much because we're just gonna be chatting here as we are gonna be loading into this match, so we'll be back in just a moment. So yeah, so Butter's obsessed with the cashmere sweater, which is adorable to say the least. I'm trying out some new clothing and I'm actually really happy with this. It feels good. I had to get used to the pressure around my neck from the turtleneck, I will admit. That was something, probably only real reason why I couldn't wear turtlenecks as a child is because there was like too much pressure around my neck. It didn't feel comfortable, but as an adult, I adjusted, I persevered, I spent money on something, I might as well use it. I actually really like it. It's really warm. It was like maybe 11 degrees ambient and then like probably close to 0. And I went outside without a jacket and just the sweater and I felt perfectly fine. It was kind of strange. So really good fabric. So trying out some new clothing, really happy with this. Butter's been loving it. But I think the bad news that I was saying about it is it's already, and I've said it many times, sweltering in the stream room. I probably should have taken the sweater off and put on something a bit more airy and less warm because it is even more sweltering. Like, holy hell. With that being said, though, we are going to go into some more matches of Nurse. I want to just kind of... Did you just bring me to Borgos? Swear to God, survivors, why are you doing this to me? Whoever brought that, I'm gonna kill. Ideally I kill them all, but I specifically want to make sure you're dead. We're gonna try out some more Nurse with Jennifer's Last Breath, which I think is gonna be one of the more commonly used add-ons now, because I think the biggest thing is people don't understand how much value it can give you, right? If you blink back every time, so it is 20, 32 off of 2 blinks. Technically speaking, you're then traveling those 32 back. You're moving 64 meters off the blink back, which is kind of nutty. I'll be joining you probably at 9. I'm not going to do a full 4 hours of DBD. Not enough content in the PTB to do that. All right, do you see this over here? Boy's Treasurer will help us out with that fatigue, keeping us moving. Hello, friend. Good stuff there. Jennifer's Last Breath, we actually probably need to ban. It is actually kind of nutty. Not gonna lie. Case in point. What? It's nutty! Like, what do you do against that? I blinked back and moved another 24 meters. In total there, I moved, what is it? I think 88 meters right there in total between the blinks and the blink back. It's kind of ridiculous how much mobility Nurse has with this add-on. So I actually am of the opinion that this add-on probably needs to be banned. Obviously we wouldn't be able to see Spin Blink Nurse anyways. But also the fact that I can kind of just scout out, right? And then get my charges back and then go back, for example, to the hook. Like, I think that's also another big piece that a lot of people are missing. Like, I didn't see him. We went back. We got all of our charges. Like, who needs any form of recharge, right, with this? Oh, that's perfect. Unless you have bounce land, you're dead, friend. We do want a Scourgeon hook. Do we have a Scourgeon hook? No, it's gonna be greedy. We got it though, we love that. You're also able to proxy camp with this add-on, I will also note, because if you blink off of a hook, you're able to go immediately back to it. Primal Ear should activate there, I think. Nope, it did not, because she slow vaulted. Okay, we kind of overshot that. Where'd she go? Oh, she went over this way. Hi there, Michaela. All right, sounds good. Appreciate it as always, Shelby. Also, really enjoying the unique chase music for Nurse, as well as the Terror Radius music. I think they did a really good job with that. Yeah, I think these two add-ons might be a new go-to. And let's just, you know, proxy camp real quick. Double back with the breath, regain our charges as well. We see the Nia over there. So you can safely proxy camp, check gens, and then go into chase if you see someone. There you go, Nia, girl. I think we can still go blink here. Oh, it's a bit short. Or fine. Yeah, we're playing a bit safe there. Thinking that maybe she might double back at some point, but she do not care, do she? Yeah, she... I could have sworn that she doubled back into me. Oh, getting caught up on geometry there. There is so much small bits of geometry here that actually can be kind of difficult to navigate. I'll admit. Hi. Like, that wasn't my intention. I will... But... Eyes confuzzled. I do not know what just happened there. I'll be completely honest. Is that... Yo, hold on. That was Calm Spirit, right? We didn't hear them scream? That's a freaking perk you haven't seen in a hot minute. Let's get you over here. There's Michaela going for an unhook. Michaela! Don't you be doing sneaky things. Actually, I don't know what you were attempting there, to be honest. I feel like I'm just... There we go. I was like, I feel like I'm just barely missing them. And you get the unhook, that's fine. Ooh, that's a breakdown. That hook do be gone. Definitely heard them. There you are, Claudia girl. I was about to say, like, you're definitely here. I know that for a matter of fact. Alright, let's put you up on... I can't put you on that one. You broke my scourge hook, you devil. Well, let's put you up here. Something that maybe they might go a bit wide. Alright, let's go for another double blink. Perfect. Let's get you up onto a Excursion hook. There's no Excursion hooks nearby. You are dead. Let's go back for Claudia as she has broken another one of my hooks. Wait. Oh, that's right. It has a cooldown period. I almost forgot about that. I'll pick this real quick. Get some regression. We do see scratch marks over here, though. Hold up. Hello there, friend. Perfect. I'm all ears, doing a fantastic job there of giving us some good information. Another Scourge Hook will do it. Am I crazy? I guess that one's still broken from breakdown. And I guess that's why it was still on cooldown. Only thing I can think of, right? I don't know if anyone's up here. That'd have been such a good time for us to double blink back. Bloody girl. Misfired there. I must have gone in front of her and she had to go around me. I wasn't thinking about that. God here, treating like I'm freaking M1 killer. What you thinking there, me girl? I was about to say, there's no way in hell that she's not going to just throw that pallet based on what I've seen prior. I was convinced that if I were to get her to a pallet, she would just insta-throw it without any hesitation. Alright, going towards main. Let's follow, especially as that gen's still there. Perfect. Since we're able to stick on them, let's keep on going. I was thinking about blinking back, but I think blinging back would actually cost us some distance there. I think that's where there's some real nuance with this perk, or with this add-on rather. These little bits of obstacle are so frustrating, honestly. I think that maybe she might double back, but that will be I'm all ears. We get a ton of information there. That's fine. Adrenaline out of nowhere, that's fine too. Honestly, Michaela can get the escape. Keep some distance here by doing that. Let's take a look and see if that executes the one Michaela's working on, though. Doesn't look like it is. Oh, the auto aim there costing us. Michaela should just leave at this point. We could have gotten the hit. That's what I was going for. Just getting the hit on her with the double blink back, but not able to make it work. Wow, that's rough. All right, she's gonna try and body block here. Let's get the hit. Oh, Michaela. Hello, Jane, me dear. Unfortunately, you will not be getting out today. On second thought, you might. Huh. Because I don't have any hooks nearby. Yeah, I don't know. I think we get her to basement. I think that's our goal here. Actually, no, I think we make it to this one over here, and even if we don't, I think that we should be able to get her back down, much like what we did there. And we're good. Yeah, that was a bit dicey there when I looked around and went, oh, there's no hooks near here. Because there's this hook here. I'm trying to think where the next one is. Otherwise, is there one over here normally? Maybe it's just broken? It doesn't look like it, so I guess maybe because the basement's there. Just had that one-off hook. By the way, it's GG well played to these survivors. So was that Calm Spirit? It was! That's such an oddity right there. Also, some really weird choices for medkits, because we got both the abdominal dressing as well as the gel dressing. And I guess it makes it, you know, +8, a 2-charge medkit with some pretty insane speed. And then self-care and bite the bullet, so a bit of a, I guess a bit of a bite the bullet combo. Interesting. Also, do you want to point out here a deli breakdown? I guess it wasn't Claude, it was the Nia, in fact, with that. Fair enough, fair enough. All right, so question now remains, what do you want to do here? So I think that's like the major add-ons that I'd want to even try on Nurse. Otherwise, you know, there is the new Matchbox. Instead of 4.2 speed, you now 4.4. Badman's Last Breath makes you unattackable for 25 seconds, which actually is kind of cool. Campbell's Last Breath, after reappearing from Void Charge, you blink immediately in the same direction. So theoretically speaking, you can get like a 4-charge Nurse with Campbell's Last Breath, which is a little bit silly, I will admit. When reappearing from fully charged blink. So, I mean, I guess you could do something interesting with like Jennifer's Last Breath and Campbell's Last Breath. I don't think it's going to be as good as like Torn Bookmark or Last Breath and Catatonic Boy's Treasure. Kavanaugh's Last Breath, when you succumb to fatigue and you survive within 8 meters of the nurse are afflicted by blindness. Kind of big meh there. Blink past the survivor causing the screen. Also big meh. Decreases blink fatigue by 7%. I believe this was like 10% prior, and so that got nerfed pretty heavily. Blink attacks inflict mangled, which also is really good. The Fragile Wheeze, I think, is also going to be a go-to. Basically, it gives you a 5th perk, basically Sloppy Butcher in a nutshell. At least the beneficial parts of Sloppy Butcher. Heavy Panting extends the duration of lunge after more than one blink. Kind of like a coup de grace, kind of. Hitting a survivor for a successful blink attack disables the ability to blink and increases the nurse space moon speed to 4.4 or 4.6 for 60 seconds. So basically, you become an M1 killer after a successful blink. It's a bit silly, I think. Badman Keepsake, King Survivor with a successful blink attack caused their aura to be revealed when healing or being healed within 28 meters for 60 seconds, almost like a nurse's calling on an add-on. That's kind of interesting. Increases movement speed after a blink, but before the following fatigue. After a blink, but before the following fatigue. That's an odd one. Decreases blink distance. Time before the nurse succumbs to fatigue. Grunts of pain 50% louder. Target location, which is still really good for like if you're learning. And then Wooden Horse decreases extra fatigue from missed blink attacks. So honestly, I think we kind of checked out the most significant of the nurse's changed add-ons. That being said, let's jump into a bit more Survivor and kind of just feel out how solo queue feels, feel out how new Area Crows feels. I'm actually really excited at the prospect of Area Crows. I think they balanced it pretty well, at least at a glance. It feels a lot more compact. It feels a lot more fair to both sides, which is what you want in a map. And that's always been one of my big complaints with a lot of the new map design, Irian Crows and then after, so Borgo's, Irian Crow, Haddonfield rework. All three of those maps just felt so Survivor-sided in a lot of their map design decisions. And it was small things like the placement of windows in certain places, the ability to create pseudo-infinites if not played in a certain way. So there's a lot of like things that I question. Also, Garden of Joy, that's another one. Haddonfield, Garden of Joy, Area Crows, and Borgos. All really, really meh maps. So to see Area of Crows rework gives me hope that they're looking at some other maps. And I think that just the idea of condensing maps down together could be really, really good. Some really great examples of maps that deserve that. We've seen that actually, I guess, now in 2 maps, right? RPD is the first example of that. And I think people had a relatively positive reception to the RPD change. RPD is still not people's favorite map, but I think that the change was at least well received. We saw that condensed down. We're now seeing Area Crows condensed down. I wonder if we see a similar treatment to large maps like Mother's Dwelling, for example. Disturbed Ward, which did get a rework, yes, but it's still a huge map. You could also even argue some bottleneck maps, which I do enjoy, but I could see behavior maybe going a little bit too far with the concept and touching up on these maps as well, like Sanctum of Wrath, like ARP, like Suffocation Pit, as silly as that sounds. I feel like if they get a bit overzealous, they might look at those maps and go, well, players seem to like smaller maps, so we're going to standardize all the map sizes, which honestly I wouldn't be entirely against. I feel like if they were to have like specific design philosophies, okay, here's our 3-lane map, here's our standard box map, here's our elevated map, right? I think they could do a lot of cool things with the map design if given the opportunity and in the trying to take risks. So I think there's a lot of cool things that can be done. But let's jump right on in. That is a knight who I think was staring right at me, but somehow did not see me. They do have Hex Undying, which makes me a little bit scared of what they could have. Unfortunately, I don't remember all of the Hex locations, though we do look out and find this one. Cool. He somehow did not see me. So that's Thrill the Hunt Undying and potentially one more. So let's go for the cleanse here and try and break through whatever they're using. Might be Penty, could be Devour potentially as well. But at least this will get rid of the aura reading. No one's in chase. The Figment does take the guard and gets hit pretty quick, so looks like they are on her. And that's the Fire Barrel Herd, not a totem. Hangman goes down. 2 survivors on Jen, so that's good news. Still scared about, well, what? Seriously? Oh, you know what it is? It is, the add-on that makes us scream every 25 seconds. So it's the perk that makes us scream every 25 seconds. Thrill the Hunt Undying. We should end. Oh, and Pentimento too. So I would like. To go and get rid of Penty, if at all possible. Start cleansing this. Or just gonna take God forever. Thanks to Thrill. He didn't see me somehow. I think she goes down for this. Vit is not on a gen. Oh, there he is. Don't get seen by the guard though, friend. She goes down over there. We can try and get Deli up, which would be a real boon for us in this situation. Vit taking the hit and going for a 1-for-1 trade for whatever reason. Does he go for the tunnel on her? He does not. So I'm gonna need, this is kind of a tricky situation, right? We're not gonna hook bomb. Need him to kind of go a little bit away. The guard's going to come back. And this is fine by me, as then they get deactivated here anyways. He has a med kit. Hopefully we're fine there. What? Alright, well, we're gonna just have to hold W then. Not sure where the knight is in... Oh, they're on her, not on me. That's not lit. He doesn't notice me. We might actually want to take a body block for her though. Puts out a guard. Yeah, it's a little bit troubling. I don't think we get here in time. We'll take the hit and life away as well. Looks like he's on a gen, so Vit's on a gen. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's real unfortunate. But we're far enough away from them where we might be okay. And if he does take me, we do have Deli as well. The cool thing is they can actually see my recovery speed with Unbreakable. So you can actually tell as well from that I have Unbreakable. Now, if they only could show... You know, I think they could go a step further with the UI update. And I know this is, you know, asking for the moon. But I do think that they could go a step further now. And also show, like, activated perks or perks as well. I don't think there's a reason why they shouldn't, right? Like, think about it. If next to the icon it also showed just little perk portraits, I think that could be really useful. Because that's one thing as well that solo queue kind of misses out as far as communication's concerned. Because then you can sell, okay, this person has Deliverance, this person has Decisive Strike. That way they don't come for an unhook on someone like me who has Deliverance and has it activated too. So I think that could be up for discussion, or also like, oh, this person has Prove Thyself, I want to be on a gen with them. You know, obviously you could tell that by being around them, but otherwise you wouldn't be able to. We can't heal ourselves, can we? We have a pallet here. I think we have the distance we need, though. Insta breaks. Of course, we have to rotate towards the hook, which is not preferable, but is okay. Oh, looks like they actually went back for the unhook. You don't get that angle, friend. That is just a wee bit unfortunate. Yeah, the thing when D seen early really hurt us, but that's no surprise. Alright, she has the guard on. I feel like this is the swan song. Yeah, there's the down. Interesting that you do show yellow here as well. Is he really slicking up for 4K? So she either has Unbreakable, or it's just showing recovery in general. I am curious about that fact. Alright, if she suicides out, then we can attempt for hatch. Pentimento just activated. Ain't that unfortunate? He just did not want to let go, apparently. Where is the godforsaken pallet? I don't know if it's enough to get to her. It isn't. It isn't. I was gonna attempt, but no dice. I mean, the move there, given the situation, really is to suicide out. Like, the chances of us getting another gen done here are just slim to none. I understand the want to hold on and play it out, but at that point, it is done and dusted. So Undying Pentimento, Thrill the Hunt. What's the last perk? I am curious of that fact. But either ways, GG, well played to these survivors. And the knight. Almost forgot about him too. It was Devo. Okay, so I was right to be a little bit concerned. I was right to be a little bit concerned with that that Devo being there. But looks like this person is live, so as per usual, we are going to give them a little bit of support by going over and saying hi. Inky, Hinky. And looks like I'm actually already followed, but dropped them a GG well played as well. New support. Content creators. I'm liking them a lot. I'm liking them a lot. The Survivor UI updates for sure. Also, as much as I want to chat with them more, you have music and I'm streaming and I don't want DMCA as I upload to YouTube, so I do apologize. I hope that you have a great night / stream. And we'll leave them alert as well. Yeah, as much as I would love to chat with them more, the music there is a non-starter for me while I'm streaming at the very least. It's one of those things of, sorry, I don't know if that is okay for me to listen to and also have on stream. Probably not. Bye! All right, though. Let's do another Survivor match. I feel like we've seen a lot of the nurse's capabilities. You know, outside of using her add-ons, not much has changed outside of what perks that we're going to probably see on her. So no longer are we going to see things like Starstruck, Noed, Sloppy Butcher, Dark Devotion, and anything that activates on a basic attack. So we're probably going to see a lot more general aggression, which I've already seen some people say is kind of a double-edged sword, right? On one hand, you're no longer going to see, you know, some really strong perks on the nurse. Sloppy Butcher, Starstruck, really insane on her, especially with the amount of mobility that she has available to her. However, that now means that we're probably going to see a lot more general aggression on her. So Scourge Hook, Pain Resonance, Eruption, Colorblind, what have you, right? So a little bit of a double-edged sword there in that regard as far as nurse is concerned, but outside of her add-ons, no significant changes for me to actually demonstrate outside of Jennifer's Last Breath, which is kind of insane. And as far as COTF balancing is concerned, probably going to get banned real quick, like. For the night, we kind of saw it here and there, and we're seeing it. We saw that last match as well from the Survivor perspective, where the knight sending that out, sending the guard out over a long distance is really, really strong, of course, as they're able to get that haste status effect. Does it make up the time and distance that they lose by doing it mid-chase? Probably not, no. I think it is more meant for, like, gen protection. I, once again, think that the knight is much more of a defensive playstyle, and I feel like a lot of people use them offensively. I think that they can be used in some way, shape, or form as anti-loop. Do I think that is the best way to do it? Probably not. The AI really isn't smart enough to get in front of the survivor sometimes and cut them off, but it can sometimes result in scenarios where you do get the down because of it. I think most times you're going to see the knight used as in a defensive play style where you are wanting to guard a gen, throw people off of gens, especially if you use Deadman Switch, drop a jailer next to a gen if you're using Call of Brine like I do, right? So I think that's how you really should be utilizing the knight to their fullest. Do I think it makes them, you know, a top tier killer? Absolutely not. Do I think it makes them better than the twins? Probably not either. Do I think that it makes them kind of a pseudo artist? Kind of in the anti-loop scenario, though I feel like it's almost like a nice medium between the two of artist and the twins. So, you know, the knight could still use a few buffs here and there, a few tweaks, but overall I think these changes are a nice start, and are at the very least, you know, contemplating potential changes for the knight. With that being said, though, the Survivor UI updates, I think that honestly takes the cake. I think that it, within its own right, is a huge step forward in bridging the gap between solo queue and Swift. I think the next logical conclusion or next step, in my opinion, is to show either in the pre-game or in-game what other survivors are using, right? I think that would make a ton of sense, as that is another significant part of having communications, as you are able to, you know, communicate, okay, Deli's activated, don't come for my unhook. Could have sworn I saw the killer. No one's in chase just yet. No one's on gens either except for me. So that's a bit worrying. A really slow start there. Fangman does get hit by a guard. Kate's over here. She's doing a totem. It looks like Fangman got hit by the assassin. It is now in chase. So this might be a really quick down. Looks like Vit now on a gen as well. And looks like she wasn't cleansing a totem as much as she was doing a boon. So if we do get this gen done, that could be pretty significant. Unfortunately, I don't know. So, well, I guess the knight's just gonna come here, isn't he? So Deadman switch Scourge Hook. They're on Vit now, so let's make our way over to Feng Min and get the unhook to activate Deli. Kate has not gone back on the gen at all. Deadman switch will be pretty close, methinks. And Vit is maybe in main. Let's get you healed up. Kate still not on a gen. Deadman switch is definitely over now, and she now knows about Scourge Hook Pain Residence, which is beneficial. Deli is up. And now we need to go find another generator. Alright, Vit down. Kate has not been on a gen since she popped mine. I was really hoping that we could get the gen and shack done, as that would allow us to not worry about the boon being crushed and leaving that as a reset point. Okay, it looks like Kate's gonna hook bomb. The knight is in fact here. Well, knight will probably go back there again. Okay, you got healed. Okay. Those totems are pretty close to one another. Imagine Fangman. Oh, there's the knight. Looks like it's transferring over to me. Let's light away. That is the jailer, I believe. There's Feng Min. I don't think I get to anything of relevance. That will get rid of the guard. Unfortunately for me, they already broke that door. I'm gonna try and box us out here. Wow. That is shocking right there. However, do want to point out, still on 5 gens remaining. So hopefully Feng Min was able to go back to her gen over there. I don't know how he missed me, to be honest. Oh, let me see a guard over here. And looks like the knight leaving as well. 2 gens back to back, love that. Okay, doing a bit of a whoopsie. Let's get back on the gen though. And looks like they're on Vit. Okay, that's fine. Hope they're able to finish this off before Vit goes down. Ooh, I'm really glad he did not bring in the shack. There's Carney. Looks like Feng Min is on a totem. And I guess let's head over towards main. So maybe actually you should body block for Vit here. There's that. That's Kate. Ah, unfortunate, but not the end of the world. Let's make sure the knight doesn't see us though. Well, that is mighty unfortunate, friend. Which one is this? This is the jailer. Oh, I was really hoping the Lythe would get me enough distance there. Maybe the right move, seeing that they did go around, would have been to go behind the knight, past the jailer. But we have Deli up, so they don't need to worry much about me. Even though I think Kate is going to kind of stick around. Let's see if there's a gen around these parts. Doesn't look like it, though. There's one back here, maybe. Yeah, there is, by the LT wall. Thing goes down, and yeah, not so. This is one of the things that's like the give and take of having this information, right? On one hand, we now know when people are and are not on gens. That's good news. However, it also means it can be a little bit disparaging when you haven't seen people on gens for quite some time. Really good use of that ability, by the way. So I'm gonna take the down there, because I don't want Vit in chase, because he's on Death Hook. Oh, by the way, completely BSing that. I did not think about the fact that I could body block the guard. I'll be completely honest. But it does at least get Vit away, who was on Death Hook. So I'm kind of okay with this. Vit might get found there by the guard. In fact, they do. And they're going to 1-for-1 trade now. I tried to save you, friend. I did, I promise. He's trying to predict my movement. Successfully does so. This gen's pretty much dead. Carney's trying to get to me. I think he might, based on distance. It's gonna be really close. The good news is that pretty much wasted the knight's entire power for that period of time just to put me into the men's stats, so good news, bad news there, I suppose. But I don't foresee us getting out of this match alive. That is Feng Min and the knight, it looked like. I guess I can try and go back to the gen by the LT wall. There's one there in the atrium, though I don't think that will really matter much. The only bright side of me going past that is the fact that I know for a fact that has a little bit of progression, and thus you might not need to worry about Scourge of Pain res as much. Only one who can safely go for the unhook here is Feng Min. Now we sit and wait. A guard can kick us off activating Deadman Switch, by the way. And that is mighty. Now, can you down me? That's been a question for a while. Yeah, well, that's a rough one. Oh, he brought a Mori. Interesting that he didn't use the Mori the entire time, but used it on me. So maybe a little bit of TTV syndrome, but you know what? I appreciate seeing the Mori nonetheless in all of its gory glory. But that there is an RIP to me, leaving just Kate and the Feng Min. She has Distortion, interesting. Iron Will, Overzealous, and I guess that makes sense why she was on a totem at some point to get Overzealous activated. She has been found. It's on Death Hook. Kate finally on a gen. At this point, I think it is a little bit too late. So we have Bite to Bullet, Empathy, Distortion, and Inner Healing. Interesting that both of them are using Distortion. Really not a fan of them Aura Read perks, apparently. The Knight seemingly no longer able to find her, though. Huh. Distortion OP, apparently. Oh, but there's the Knight. Deadman Switch does not activate, not that they really need to worry about it. Though I think the Assassin will, in fact, get the hit, and so I think we see a 2-tap here if the Knight is patient enough. Yep. I think, unfortunately, that was maybe the best scenario there would have been to throw a pallet down in between them and the Knight. They would have taken that from the Assassin no matter what, yes. But it would have meant that they couldn't get 2-tapped like that. Because that's, I think the Knight knew exactly what was going to happen there, and Successor was able to make it work. You see Unhook, but with both of them on Death Hook, no way for the Kate to heal themselves. I think this is a lose-lose situation, to say the least. So, overall analysis of the Survivor UI updates. A huge step in the right direction to bridging the gap between solo queue and Survivor friends. I think that you are playing a dangerous game, my dear. I think that goes without saying that this is a really good update. Do I think they can go a step farther? Yeah, I think they can. I think showing survivors each other's builds could also be a significant update, and lending itself you being able to, I think actually a few things. I think being able to see what each other's perks are would be a good start. I think if they were to play around with the UI enough to make it make sense and not be too cluttered, I think there's an argument for them to also show what tool you have, maybe the add-ons as well, right? As the more information that you share between your team, the better off you're going to be. Oh, this person has Deliverance, but it's not activated, and they're going for the hook. Okay, I see them going for the hook. I'll let them get the unhook, right? Hi. Why? Butter, are you a sync man? Do you want to be a sync man? And looks like the Knight decided to call it there, but GG's, well played to the Knight and the survivors. Hi, Butter. Hi. Look at you and your little squishy face. Here is a Butter boy. He's very intent on watching what Frankie is doing, aren't you, buddy? All right. Yes. Boop, boop, boop. Snitch. Oh, funny enough, he did have barbecue, so all those distortions, yeah, that actually worked out really well for them. Hey, GG, my friend, GG. I appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. I am Mark, aka Guildspire. I'm an educational streamer here to teach killers how to play killer and survivors how to play against killer. Very happy to have you here. And you caught me right at the end of our stream, methinks. Better relax, buddy. You'll be able to go out and play out in the main part of the apartment later, I promise. Hi. Ugh. All right, buddy, you wanna help with my outro, buddy? You wanna help with the outro? Well, with that being said, guys, I feel like that was a lot of fun. As I was saying before, I got a little bit distracted by a mischievous kitten here. I do think behavior could go the extra step now that they've added the survivor actions and adding the survivor perks, potentially the tools and add-ons as well to really encapsulate the sharing of information. Showing what perks are currently active and what are not. Oh, this person has inner healing. I shouldn't cleanse this dull totem since I don't have anything. Oh, this person has deliverance. I'll let them get the unhook. Oh, this person has will make it. I'll let them, you know, when they go to unhook me, I'll make sure that they heal me. As sometimes you don't always notice those status buffs or debuffs in the bottom right-hand corner at times, right? So I think that could really go the extra mile, and I think that would be like my next ask of behavior as they contemplate future UI updates. Can you be careful those little claws? I don't want you catching my sweater, buddy. But with that being said, guys, we will be ending the stream there. As always, if you did enjoy the show, make sure to hit that follow button. If you haven't already, though, also check out our Actually Life campaign, which I think has ended. Come when it is open for a new registration, we will register again. This time, though, I believe there is a Minnesota Children's Hospital, which we will probably be campaigning for instead. But that being said, guys, I'll be live again tomorrow at 7 p.m. CST. I will see y'all then. On that note, bye-bye!